Hi. My name is Wendy Ologe, the intentional parent. You're back here. Yes. And in our previous videos, we talked about the core components of discipline. I have seen people come to me severally telling me, no, what do you mean? This discipline topic is actually very controversial. Very controversial. Today, I'm going to be sharing on what discipline should mean. So in our previous videos we didn't talk about the core, we just talked about the core components. Yes. So part of what made me started to write my book, The Discipline That Works, did I tell you, is launching in September. So The Discipline That Works is actually a project I started because somebody posed the question to me. Someone said to me, so you've been saying this is not the right kind of discipline. What is it? That happened in my group on Facebook, The Intentional Parent. And it became a very large. So you've been saying this is not what's supposed. Can you tell us exactly how discipline should be done? And that was what prompted me to get on this project. I started this project like about last year, 2 years ago, and I have been putting it together and have been so that statement actually pushed me to put the content out there, and I started to write on discipline more frequently, and I started to also do my project. So today I'm sharing on discipline. When you hear discipline, what comes to mind? Many times I hear people say, oh no, punishment. Let me share a quote with you. Discipline invokes the thinking brain, while punishment imparts the emotional brain. So many times when we hear discipline, the very first thing that comes to our mind is punishment. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is teaching. The word discipline actually comes from a Latin word, discipline. So of course, that Latin word, it means teaching, learning, or instructions. So disciples, discipline, it means to teach. The two words. So if you liken it to the ministry of Jesus and discipleship, you remember that for everything that happened to the disciples, Jesus taught every way, all the way. There was a reason for that. So what it means is that discipline is truly teaching. So the discipline means to teach. So to teach is to show, to explain how to do something. Are you showing your child and you explaining how to do that thing that they've made mistake on? Recently, my niece was in my home, and she entered the guests, I think the boys' quarters, and she went in there and broke the mirror that was standing right there. She was so jittery, and by the time I came back, she was so quick to say, no, it's not me. When you actually use discipline wrongly, children become more defensive than they should be, and that actually causes children to now lie. So most times we say, oh, the children are lying, but sometimes it's actually because of the kind of disciplinary action that we have actually put in place. So I heard my children say to her, no, you don't need to lie. You don't need to lie. Just say the truth. My mom is not going to hit you. She's only going to tell you exactly how to do it better and not make the mistake next time. Oh, I was in the room, and when I heard that, I came out and she was still crying very professional, and I asked her, what happened? She said, oh, I just broke the mirror in the room. I took her to the room, took her there and told her, I said, well, this was one of the reasons why I said you shouldn't go to the boys' quarters, and this was also one of the reasons why I said that you should not run around in the house. So this was what could happen. So I said, do you know how to also put this together? If you make a mistake, pack it so that it also doesn't injure the next person who passes there. We cleaned it up together, we packed it, and we took it in the room, and then we sat down and we had a long talk. Do you know that I didn't hear my niece tell a lie until she left my home? Because when you hound children wrongly, you're going to make them become very defensive, and that becomes really tough on the child. So discipline is teaching. I hope my story teaches something about discipline today, because really when it comes to discipline, we usually want to do something more drastic. We want to take it more violently. So to punish, we want to inflict pain, we want to just abuse. Discipline is teaching. Thank you. Another thing that discipline is not is that discipline is not a reward system. So during our online conference, the Intentional Parent Annual Conference that happens every year, I shared on the discipline that works.